Hi guys, hello riders, welcome to the Berm turn module where we're gonna learn how to efficiently pass that turn. Knowing how to do it fast is very important as it will allow you to keep your speed, and the Berm turn can be found on every tracks. For the Berm turn, like every other turn, you have to respect a set of steps. Before the Berm turn, first you have to be in braking position. That is to say, standing up, hips curled, with your legs slightly stretched backward. Lowering your head will allow you to get back much more easily. Slightly stretch your arms and hold on tight onto the bike with your knees. That is for the remainder of the braking position. I'm talking about this braking posture, the fact of standing at the back of your bike, because when it's time to sit, you have to switch from a backward position to a frontward position when sitting on the front of your seat. And that moment is super important for the energy transfer that is going to operate. You are going to push your bike onto the ground, and there you will feel better what you are doing. It's really depend on every turn obviously, but the idea is to not sit before you have your wheel that start the hill. The best will be to break up on that very moment. Take the trajectory that will allow you to open up your corner. If you arrive too straight onto it, you will break the turn and miss the curve. Feel the way your suspension reacts to find the best trajectory. You have to feel at ease. Avoid big holes, if possible, or ruts that are too deep, and open up your corners. Once you have chosen a line, keep it. Depending on the Berm turn, you might not have any other choice but to brake as you are tilting. Then I invite you to be more delicate on the braking. Have a look at the braking module if you feel the need. So if you are braking straight or tilted, the idea is to reach the Berm turn with the right angle of inclination. When you sit, engage the turn with your shoulder to tilt the bike. It will be easier for you to tilt and successfully pass that turn if you come already engaged and tilted. Your entering speed will also help you hit that angle. So don't brake too early or too strongly. Keep some speed to enter on a Berm turn. Okay, so I will take this example to illustrate the fact that you need to keep some speed in a Berm turn, because usually the outside line is further than the inside, and so you need to keep definitely some speed to be equal as the inside. And so in this example, I'm coming in braking position, I'm backward, and I'm going to keep some speed when entering in this Berm turn. As you can see, I'm axed with the bike as well to take some angle, and for this one I'm standing up, so you can choose to be standing up or seated, up to you and hope how you are confident. And then after I'm reaccelerating in the middle of the corner, progressively to reach the maximum at the end of the corner. It's relatively easy, so remember to keep some speed when entering in a Berm turn. It will allow you to get out faster. This is why you need to engage your shoulder on the turn to take the same angle as the bike. Okay, so here is a good example to show you how to engage your shoulder on the turn. So I'm coming in braking position, meaning on the back of the bike to brake, and then after look at this, accelerate with the bike. I got the same inclination as the bike, so I can have the best grip possible on the ground, and I'm sitting on the front here. But to be honest, right now I'm not accelerating anymore with the bike, so it might be why I have some difficulties after for accelerating here. Here, as you can see, the angle is a little bit different, and then after I'm trying to accelerate, but yeah, anyway. And do you like this whip? You generally have to sit when you start to accelerate. Therefore, if you sit too early, you will lose the rhythm. For example, with a bounce that will bother you to hit the apex with the right angle. If you are standing up, you will absorb irregularities and sit at the best time to start accelerating at your own rhythm. Remember, to teach your bike, your body has to be aligned to it. Okay, so just a fast comeback on this Berm turn. I just wanted to show you that the real corner here in this Berm turn is finally at the end when I'm sitting here. Here's the angle of the turn. The real turn is here. So during all the way before, you need to stand up in order to absorb better the shock of the ground, and sit at the real angle of the turn, so at the apex. I could have stand up, but I was like riding slowly, and you don't necessarily need as well to stand up at every turn. When turns are close to each other, and if there's no big holes, then you can stay seated. Once in the turn, start progressively accelerating and don't cut it. Connect the opening up of the acceleration and the raising of your head. And all of that as you are analyzing where you will put your wheels. A little advice to see what you are doing on the corner and to see the exit. When entering in it, have a fast look on the exit of the turn to take a screen of the scene and then come back on what you are doing. Your brain will analyze it and you will take the line you already seen. Then, as you exit the turn, raise your eyes further and up to the next obstacle. Remember to squeeze your bike with your knees, whether you are standing or sitting. That helps you to feel the connection between the bike, the rider and the ground, so keep that in mind. And like in every turn, push on your outside foot. Maximum speed has to be reached once the bike is straight. Try to accelerate progressively and feel where you can go. Listen to your bike RPM and be smooth, ride relaxed. Your leg can be stretched. It will guide your bike onto its trajectory. Stretch it close to the heater and raise it if needed. The most common mistake is to not squeeze close to the heater. Keep it close to the bike will be the best to avoid injuries to your knees. As well, we're often doing that mistake. Touching the ground with your feet will straighten your bike, so be careful to not let your feet touch the ground excessively, especially with high speed. When you are exiting a turn, bring back your feet onto your foot pegs to look for a better grip. For the rider that wants to try another way, one technique is to clutch at the end of your braking to enter the turn without your engine brake. You will have a bike more manageable. Then, when reclutching, progressively let go of the clutch to re-accelerate. Okay, so before to show you other example of this corner, I would like to make sure you understand what's happening. So I'm coming while braking until the entrance of the corner, and you will see that the dirt here is flying, meaning I'm braking. And at the end of my braking, I will clutch, and when you will clutch, you will feel the bike becoming more manageable, lighter a little bit, and you will roll the corner without engine power, and that's kind of feeling. Then after you will see that here I'm declutching, and you can hear it because the engine is like boosted because you just declutch, and yeah, accelerate until you can. Careful though, the fact you were clutching cuts the engine brake, and so the connection you had with the ground. To let you know, Yannick Cavella, my coach, prefer keeping the engine brake. But, in my opinion, it's still good to try different things. Personally, I rarely do it, and only on some tight berm turn. Good to know. I often see riders shortly brake with their rear brake mid-turn while accelerating. That head then pivots. But it's a mistake. Don't brake while accelerating. That will straighten your bike and you will lose the feeling. Turning needs to be soft to be efficient. Turn sooner, lean more, or reconsider your trajectory when entering a turn. But don't brake while accelerating. You need to keep the rhythm when you enter and exit the turn. However, you can brake to block your wheels and pivot before the accelerating phase. That is to say, at the end of your braking, block your bike wheel to pivot and then reaccelerate progressively with the clutch. Of course, during that turn, you need to clutch to avoid to stall. Some berm turns are quite open, like a wide curve. You need to be standing up to gain in fluidity. The more the corner is wide and open, the more you will try to stand up and be on the back of your bike. Let's check this video to understand better. Okay, so to come back to this video, I think my mate is doing it better than me, so I'm going to comment the video on his example. So as you can see, he's backward, his position is backward on the back of the bike, and he's ready to absorb the irregularities. Look at this, by being on the back, the front wheel won't get low in this little hole, and it will cushion the shock with his leg. Right now we can see it, he cushioned it with his legs. And the fact to be standing up in this berm turn will allow you to absorb all those little holes. Look at he's moving, he's axed with the bike, he's moving on the bike to get the best grip, and he's as well in backward position to accelerate better. So this is a very nice example of what you should do in this kind of berm turn. Nonetheless, keep in mind that in a berm turn, you are looking to keep your speed. To do so, arriving with speed, sit at the right time, and maintaining a progressive acceleration will help to turn smoothly. Okay guys, it's the end of this module. That's all what you need to know to pass successfully a berm turn. So take your time to work on your posture, and I'll see you on the next time for another module. So ride safe and enjoy. Bye bye guys.